What if the very air around you was alive with invisible forces, whispers of energy that shape your thoughts, alter your emotions, and shift your spirit without a sound? For centuries, sages, mystics, and shamans spoke of an unseen light, the aura, the sacred field that encircles every living being. Ancient texts called it the breath of the soul, the luminous echo of spirit in matter. It wasn't metaphor, it was knowledge. And that knowledge has been hidden until now. In our modern world, we're surrounded by forces even more elusive, electromagnetic fields, or EMFs. They surge through every city, hum beneath every device, and cling to our bodies like a second skin. Most dismiss them as harmless, but ancient wisdom and emerging science suggest otherwise. What if these modern frequencies are colliding with something sacred? What if EMFs aren't just environmental noise, but a spiritual interference? In this episode, we're peeling back the veil. You'll discover the ancient truth behind the aura field, why it matters more now than ever, and how electromagnetic forces may be silently shifting the frequency of your consciousness. We'll travel through lost teachings, decode forgotten symbols, and explore how hidden energies once understood only by mystics are now entangled with modern machines. This is not just about protection, it's about power, it's about awakening. And it begins with remembering. Long before modern science named it electromagnetic radiation, the ancients spoke of something more primal, more sacred. In ancient Egypt, it was known as the Ka, an energetic double, unseen but vital. In the Vedic scriptures, it was prana, the breath of life, flowing through nadis and chakras. The Greeks called it ether, the invisible fifth element, more subtle than air, more powerful than fire. They didn't see the body as a mere vessel of flesh and bone. They saw it as a temple of energy, vibrating with divine intention. Every breath, every heartbeat, every emotion rippled through the subtle body, radiating into the auric field like waves across a sacred pond. In esoteric teachings across continents, from Taoist Qi to the Hermetic light body, a singular truth echoes. Energy precedes matter. Thought creates form. Vibration births reality. The aura was understood as the spiritual interface, the living blueprint that connected man with cosmos, soul with stars. Yet as the mechanical age dawned and humanity turned its gaze from the stars to steel, the unseen world was dismissed, relegated to myth. The alchemist became the madman, the seer became the heretic, and in this shift, the language of the aura was lost. But even in exile, the truth endured, hidden in symbols, encoded in forgotten texts, preserved in whispers. Secret societies, mystery schools, and remote monasteries continued to teach what mainstream science had forsaken, that we are more than atoms, we are frequencies. And now, in a world saturated by artificial frequencies, this forgotten wisdom returns, not as superstition, but as necessity. What the ancients knew intuitively, we must now reclaim consciously. For to ignore the subtle fields is to drift unguarded in a storm of invisible forces. But to understand them is to remember what it means to be divine. Your aura is not imagination. It is a living matrix of electromagnetic patterns, subtle energies, and spiritual frequencies, interwoven like an ancient song sung by your soul. Modern biofield science confirms what mystics long whispered. The human body emits a measurable field. The heart, for example, generates an electromagnetic field that can be detected several feet from the body. But what lies beyond this detection, beyond the reach of machines, is where the ancient sciences take root. In the Hermetic tradition, the aura is described as a mirror of the soul's current resonance, a personal universe that fluctuates with every thought, emotion, and intention. A stormy mind generates a fragmented field. A meditative mind creates coherence, sacred harmony. Enter electromagnetic frequencies. Today we are immersed in a sea of artificial EMFs, from cell towers, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and satellite transmissions. These fields are not silent. They speak, not in words, but in interference, disharmony, dissonance. Imagine your aura as a crystal singing bowl, finely tuned to your soul. Now imagine placing that bowl in a room with 1,000 random tuning forks vibrating at once. The clarity? Gone. The harmony? Disrupted. Ancient wisdom speaks of auric punctures, tears or distortions in the energy body caused by trauma, fear, or powerful external forces. But in today's world, those forces no longer need to be spiritual. They can be technological. Frequencies are not just data, They are intentions encoded into vibration. Think about that. Every signal you're exposed to is carrying not only information, but a rhythm, a pulse, an influence. Some harmonize, others destabilize. This is why aura cleansing today is no longer a ritual of luxury. It's an act of survival. We are not powerless. Just as ancient priests wore robes embroidered with protective symbols, we too can shield our energetic field if we understand what is truly at stake. But before we unveil the how, we must descend even deeper, because this interference may be more than accidental. The deeper you go, the more one truth becomes undeniable. These electromagnetic disturbances may not be random. They may be designed. In ancient times, power was expressed through geometry, rhythm, and sound. The construction of temples, pyramids, and sacred sites was never arbitrary. They were aligned to the stars, tuned to the earth, and resonant with divine frequencies. Fast forward to now. Our cities are not built on harmony, they are wired for noise. A constant flood of 2.4 gigahertz 5G ELF waves, invisible chaos that never sleeps. And unlike the harmonic tools of old, bells, mantras, sacred chants, modern signals don't just pass through us, they entrain us. To entrain means to override your natural rhythm, to hijack your vibration. You may think your thoughts are your own, but what if you're simply tuning in to a frequency that isn't yours? This is not a new idea, it echoes through ancient warnings. In Gnostic texts, there are references to archons, parasitic entities that feed on psychic confusion. In Vedic lore, asuras are said to spread illusion through subtle disruption. What were these if not early metaphors for spiritual interference? The aura was once your armor, but now the armor has gaps, and the question must be asked, who benefits when your field is weakened? Who profits when humanity is distracted, scattered, and disconnected from source? This is not a message of fear. This is a call to awareness, because for every disruptive signal, there is a harmonic counter. For every false frequency, there is an ancient note waiting to be sung. The esoteric path has always been about reclaiming sovereignty, and your aura, your field, is the first kingdom you must learn to rule. Now that you know the hidden nature of these fields, it's time to return to your center. In the next section, you'll learn how to cleanse, strengthen, and align your aura, not with fear, but with knowledge, intention, and timeless practice. Now that we've unveiled the hidden forces at play, the question becomes, what can you do to protect, strengthen, and realign your auric field in a world drenched in disruptive frequencies? The answer begins with ritual awareness, a return to practices that were once common knowledge among sages, priests, and mystics. Let's begin with something ancient and powerful, salt. Himalayan, black, or sea salt has long been used to cleanse the aura and space. Take a ritual bath with a handful of salt and a few drops of essential oils like frankincense or rosemary. As you soak, visualize dark, static-like energy dissolving from your field into the water. Another potent technique, smudging with sacred herbs. White sage, palo santo, and sandalwood don't just smell divine, they shift the frequency of your space. Move the smoke clockwise around your body from feet to crown while repeating a protective affirmation or mantra. The smoke works as both a purifier and a frequency shield. Next, sound and frequency healing. Solfeggio tones, Tibetan singing bowls, or simply chanting Om. These sounds resonate with your energetic body, rebalancing the disruptions caused by artificial EMFs. Even 10 minutes of chanting or listening daily can harmonize your field. Crystals, too, have roles to play. Shungite, black tourmaline, and organite are known for their EMF absorption properties. Place them near devices or wear them as amulets. But remember, crystals are conduits, not crutches. Your intention is the key. Then there is the forgotten art of grounding. Take off your shoes, step onto the earth, let your bare feet touch soil, sand, or grass for 20 minutes a day. This discharges static and reconnects your aura with the planet's Schumann resonance, our natural protective frequency. Finally, create an aura shield visualization each morning. Close your eyes, breathe deeply. Envision a golden sphere enveloping your body, imprinted with protective symbols, glowing with your personal frequency. Say silently, "Only light enters my field. I am sovereign in spirit and energy." These practices are not superstition. They are soul technologies, passed down, encoded in rituals, waiting for us to remember. By applying them, you are not just guarding your aura, you are restoring the temple of your soul. The unseen shapes the seen. What touches your field touches your mind, your emotions, your very soul. And now you know. You walk in a world not only of physical matter, but of vibrations, intentions, and frequencies designed to influence the essence of who you are. Some serve your awakening, others seduce your forgetting, but awareness is your sword, ritual is your shield, and your aura, your luminous, invisible signature, is the key to your sovereignty. We are not helpless. We are not victims. We are heirs of hidden wisdom, of temples, of scrolls, of chants that move mountains and shift realms. So now I leave you with this question. If your field is the temple, what are you letting through its gates? Let the old knowledge guide your path. Let your aura be your compass. And as you step into the world, remember, you are not alone. The ancestors, the symbols, the energies, they are watching, guiding, waiting for your reawakening. If this message stirred something ancient in you, like, share, and pass it onward. Let the truth ripple, because this is only the beginning, and the field is listening.